Hey, good morning. I'm using the phone today as a dash cam while I'm recording some thoughts. So I'm driving to work, and um, when I quiet my mind for maybe a minute or something, then ideas come in. Sometimes I think, okay, I need an idea or something, but some other times it's just because it's quiet and I eliminate other noises, or I don't think of anything, and I don't listen to the news or the music on the radio. It's variable. I can't have a clear method. I don't have like a switch. Oh yeah, I want to do this, and I'll get an idea about an invention or something. It's not like that. Probably those who have some training, maybe they do that, but not me. And today I thought about ayahuasca. So in the past, I did watch a few YouTubes about people going through that experience, and they say that after that trip to Peru, where they perform the ceremony and ayahuasca, they have these experiences when they kind of purge something from their soul, from their mind. It's like they do some sort of a harsh cleanup. Now, I did watch some reports on people reporting having experiences using psychedelic substances. So of course, with psychedelics, always there is a risk. People tried LSD a long time ago, in 60s, when it was popular. People were trying to get that experience, connecting with some god or something, and of course, psychedelics is messing up with the brain, and the brain sometimes is generating imagery, and the imagery is so powerful it's actually affecting certain centers in the brain that creates oxytocin, creates dopamine. Then on top of those images, you get these emotions, powerful emotions, and people think, okay, that must be some computer I see, some god or some alien or something. So it's the substance that generates that experience. It's a combination of emotions, like especially when they get oxytocin, they get the feel of love. Like you see, the guy in the front has the license plate love. So I didn't know I'm talking about that, but it happens. It happens often. It's called synchronicity. It's not coincidence. I thought that in the past it was a coincidence, but it's called synchronicity when you are in tune with the environment and you sense things. Anyway, so go back to the topic, the ayahuasca. So these guys with LSD, so they banned the substance for a number of reasons. The government did not make money on tax, so those who were seeking such experience were taking the drug from the black market, and they black market means not from the black guys, but the black market, like the underground market. And of course, since it was not in the commercial network, in the pharmacies, nobody paid tax on that, so the government didn't like it. But the most important reason was that there were people jumping off the buildings, off the balcony or something, because they got this type of alter reality. And of course you have to deal with a couple of hundred people, and cost money, insurance costs, and burying those guys and girls. And so that was not a really good outcome. People seeking God, and they find God by leaving the body, by leaving the material, the physical world. Then they found psychedelic mushrooms and fungi, and they found some frogs that contain DMT and stuff. So people try all sort of experience in order to get answers, and not only get the answers, but since they have in the mind that God created humans, they thought, okay, God must be the entity who loves us. So I want to talk to God, I want to feel that powerful feeling of love. And they do find love. So now coming back to ayahuasca, it's a harsher way, but especially after I read the reports, people saying that it's a night full of vomiting and being very, very sick. People try to kill themselves because it's so nasty. So to me, and that's the reason I'll explain. I talk about this one. It's just some idea that came to mind. So probably people already talked about the topic and came up with some explanation. So to me, this substance and this experience is cleaning up the soul from negative emotions, from deep emotions that are stored into the energetic body, and people don't know, because sometimes people store emotions, and when they are so powerful, the brain is trying to protect itself from damaging thoughts, and especially kids do that. So kids have a survival mechanism, more than one survival mechanism, but one of them is to hide the emotions, the trauma emotions that could alter their future. So let's say a boy is raped, or a girl, but let's say a boy, because common thing is the young girls are raped more often. So, and if the kid is being raped, depends on the age, because this mechanism works only up to a certain age. After that, the kids is messed up for life. So I don't know what's the age, but what I gather, so again, don't quote me, because people are so different and unique, can't have a rule about this, if the kid got a trauma up to 10 years or something, is going to do this, or kids learn better up to this age. No, it all is so variable on purpose. So people won't learn the secrets of the creation. I mean, people learn some of the things that helps them to give other people better life and help them to fulfill God's mission or God plan for them. But otherwise, some of the secrets are not supposed to be known. Or maybe they are supposed to be known after learning throughout the journey. It's not like, oh yeah, you know what, we do some discovery and we found God particles, we are so smart. No, the humans have to go like a child through a learning process, including having these experiences. It's not like, oh yeah, we experiment with this, we do this, and we have this method, and this is going to cure you from smoking or something. Yeah, there are methods like that, but people have to learn. If they don't learn, that fix won't last, because you need to understand the reasoning throughout your journey. So you have to have a journey and learning. But the industrialized mental attitude, like mentality, is that we want quick answers, quick fixes, fast, including finishing our journey sooner. And with that, you realize that you are old and you finish your journey, and what did you learn? Yes, I learned something from the Netflix. I learned something from the McDonald's, and eating like a pig and wasting the earth resources for my entertainment. So that's the thing I learned from my earth material form experience. Now, this ayahuasca, like I said, is like a journey when people learn, but it's not a quick learning experience. Like people do psychedelics and they have a quick experience, and they think they do reach God or something like that. My it's not my idea how to say it. The way I think it's a quick experience. It's not a long journey. They appear that it's a long journey for hours, because like I said, it alters the logic center of the brain. It alters everything in the brain, because the substance doesn't go only in certain parts of the brain. It's being carried by blood everywhere, and it affects the brain. And like I said, it trigger production of certain hormones, especially oxytocin. And there is no clear research, because it's an illegal substance. There was some research done, but they did not focus on what alters, like biochemically, what it altered in the brain. So once they have this answer, then they have a easier explanation what happens in the brain. So they did some MRIs and stuff. Yeah, of course, yeah, you can learn something about it. But once you see what the substance are being triggered, and then you look at the substance, what this substance do. So let's say if I look at oxytocin, it connects people together, like create bonding and love, especially in a woman after the orgasm. When the guy says, you know what, I'm done or something, turn his back and goes to bed. But woman needs to feel loved, because she gets a huge release of oxytocin, and she feels that she wants some cuddling or something. Or when they breastfeed, the same thing, they breastfeed, and the God created this mechanism to trigger oxytocin. So when she breastfeeds her baby, she feels the bonding, the connection, and that's ensure the child's survival. Because some moms are, no, you know what, I rather go have a drink, or I rather go get a smoke or something, and neglect the kid. But God knew. God, who is the creator, or aliens, or whoever you want to believe, knew the past, knew the present, and knew the future, and he could see ahead. Or maybe there were some aliens who created the human genome somewhere, and they experimented over the thousands of years in their time, and they say, okay, yeah, this, if we do this, is going to mess up. Or maybe they use some sort of supercomputers. In their world, is just a computer or a machine, but for us it would be a supercomputer compared to our computers. And those supercomputers, like a super artificial intelligence that knows things in the future. You know, if I build this code, genetic code is going to do this, and if I do this, it's going to do that. And now those aliens thought, you know, yeah, okay, is talking to the machine through some sort of interactive way. So they are connected to the machine somehow, and they generate some thoughts. Okay, I want this human to do this. Yeah, just give me the code, okay, or just create the code, and my machine creates the code, and now through some genetic engineering, we modify the code according to our needs or wishes or something, desires, and now the machine is going to create even the new embryo. Whatever, just a science fiction thing. But who created the aliens? Yes, those who created the human genome. Someone created the aliens. Who created who was first, the chick or the egg, right? So probably it's easier, more convenient to think that there is a God who created us, created the aliens, created the other species, and all that. It's an answer that it's a quicker answer than thinking about other creatures who created us and how they did it, how they were so smart and stuff. That's kind of a long shot, which is possible if you want to think that way. That's okay. Maybe humans in about 500 years, because it seems that they move forward fast. Maybe the humans are going to create such creatures because they already have a CRISPR, and that technology, when connected to artificial intelligence and powerful computers, may allow the humans to create something. You see, that's why I have dash camera, which is this phone now. Might help them create a future species or future generations of humans that are resilient to diseases and stuff. But that's not a good thing. But anyway, so ayahuasca, a powerful cleaning experience of the soul, of the dark energies and emotions and traumas that are stored deep inside during maybe childhood abuse or trauma, emotions that did not come to the surface but is affecting that person way of acting, way of thinking, way of being, because it comes from the brain. So you think this way and you act that way, then the body changes. And that's once they get to the cleanup, now those emotions causes the person to feel more loved, more accepted, and when they receive this love, whatever love comes from, then they think, you know what, I don't need that pleasure, that little pleasure might smoke. And also it could kill some of the programs, like smoking. I mentioned in another video, the smoking is a program, and it's a program that was created in a need of pleasure in the first place. And then once it's programmed, it's automatic. People go to apply a program without thinking and seeking a little bit of a pleasure, but they are not aware that they actually play a program, their own program they created in the past. So ayahuasca might do some deep cleanup in the brain, including cleaning of this type of programs. So that's the way the ayahuasca might act. I don't know, it's just I'm making up some explanations. And with this DMT thing, I think this is a quick way of reaching a certain state of mind that people associate with some extraordinary. And since it has a little touch of how people describe God or other experiences like that, especially like after listening to yogis or some religious leaders who were able to connect to God or to this creator through meditation and through prayer, not through substance. So those people might think, okay, I reach God, because they already have an idea. If I a better experiment would be to take this substance and give it to someone who grew up in a jungle, in a tribe, who never heard of things that we know already. So they never heard of God, they don't have that concept of God or something. They are just some scared people who wants to survive, and give them the DMT. See what happens. If they come back and they explain something, if they are able to explain something similar to those who think that they saw God, yeah, that's probably I would believe that. So there was a video of Ram Dass explaining that how they tried in 60s or 70s at the Harvard. So he had a team of students trying to do some research, and they were doing the psychedelics and trying to reach God or some answers about God, because they were scientists and researchers and all the scientific mindset. And so they said they ended up splitting the group, coming apart, because they were fighting and arguing each other. So maybe a god or some sort of entity messed up with their mind that way. I don't know. But then he went to India and he met his guru, or it's a saint, they call it saint, who taught him about meditation and other spiritual means of reaching the same state of mind, and even higher or better or more loving. So that was my thought. I got to work, so I need to be productive today, because that gives me a feeling of accomplishment, and I feel good. So I don't have to go to smoke, I don't have to go to drink, I don't need to go to parties, to do booze and stuff. I feel good without going through those things. See you later. Bye-bye.